welcome or welcome back to another Kalamazoo Public Library's It's Story Time. My name is Miss Sarah. This is Baby Yoda. We will be doing story time with you today. I was almost late for story time because I could not find my tablet. That's what I use to record these videos because somebody who shall not be named was using my tablet to take a bunch of selfies. He really is a funny little dude sometimes, but we really needed to get going on story time, so I had to stop him, but we did have some fun. So let's see, before we can get started with our stories, we're gonna have to sing our hello song. I have still managed to keep a hold of both of my shaker eggs, so let's see. We always start our hello song with hello friends, so we will do that today for sure. And we can say hello to the books that we're going to read because that's been a lot of fun. I've really been enjoying doing that. And I don't know, what else should we say hello to today, dude? The sun is shining right now, so I kind of really want to say hello sun because it's been shining a lot lately and it's like spring is coming and I'm really, really enjoying it. So maybe that's what we'll say hello to for our hello song today. But we'll start with hello friends. And somebody's really comfy up here, so I'm just gonna leave him there for a moment. So I guess we can see what it sounds like when I hold two shaker eggs in the same hand, because we've been doing one in each hand. I tried to shake them with my left hand. That was really difficult. So maybe we'll see what it sounds like when I have two, and they're both in my right hand. All right, let's get started with hello friends. Hello friends, hello. Hello friends, hello. Hello friends, hello friends, hello friends, hello, hello. All right, you have to be set down, bud. I just don't have enough hands to do all the things, and as much as he likes sitting on my shoulder, I can't hold him up there and hold our books at the same time. So these are the two books we're going to be reading today. I'm only going to show you the backs, but you might be able to guess if you check some stuff out from the library pretty frequently. So let's say hello to our books. Hello books, hello. Hello books, hello. Hello books, hello books. Hello books, hello. Hello. All right, we can set those down. Yes, you can resume the shoulder position. He just likes to be tall. All right, and then, we're gonna say hello to the sun because it's finally shining. So I am happy it's here. Let's say hello to it. Hello sun, hello. Hello sun, hello. Hello sun, hello sun. Hello sun, hello. Hello. All right, so we have said hello, greeted each other, warmed up my vocal cords, so I am ready to read this story. So let's just get started with our first book. Okay, so somebody was enjoying being tall, sitting on my shoulder so much that I got him propped up on this bench. He just really likes the view from up there. But I thought it might be fun today. I normally kind of slide over that way and I hold the books up like this. So today I'm going to slide over this way and try to hold the books up like this and see if I can work with my opposite hands just as well. All right, so the first book that we are going to be reading is called Not Quite Narwhal by Jessie Seema. Look at this adorable little Not Quite a Narwhal. Now I picked this book out just because it looked like it was going to be a lot of fun and it looked really cute, but I've not read it yet, so we'll have to explore it together. This is our opening page. Has our little unicorn, not quite narwhal friend, some butterflies and some fish and some lovely shades of blue. So got a big, I think that's a clamshell there. All right, here we go. Kelp was born deep in the ocean. So I think this must be kelp. Can you say hello to Kelp? Hi, Kelp. Kelp was born deep in the ocean. Does Kelp really look like the type of animal that you'd see born deep in the ocean? I don't think so. Let's find out. He knew early on that he was different from the other narwhals. His tusk wasn't as long as everyone else's. He had different tastes in food, and he wasn't a very good swimmer. So let's see. Here's Kelp. You can see his tusk. It's not as long as that other narwhal. He definitely doesn't have the same taste in food. You can see his face. Ugh. And he's not a very good swimmer. He certainly is different from the other narwhals, huh? But his friends didn't seem to mind, so Kelp decided he wouldn't either. They're all very happy. They don't mind that he's a little bit different, so he doesn't mind either. It's a good attitude to have. That is until he was swept away by a strong current. Oh, I wish I was a better swimmer. Look at Kelp. Caught up in this strong current that's just pushing and pushing him. I wish I was a better swimmer. No. Kelp found himself at the surface, closer to land than he'd ever been before. High up on a cliff, he spotted a mysterious, sparkling creature. It looked so familiar. It looked like Kelp. So, that very strong current pushed Kelp way up to the surface, and he sees land. And on this land, there's a sparkly creature right here. That creature looks just like Kelp does. Kelp swam towards the land as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that he could catch up with the creature that looked just like him. When he finally reached the shore, Kelp felt a little bit anxious. He had never left the ocean before. He was nervous about walking for the first time, but the land creatures made it look so easy. So Kelp decided to swim towards land as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast. So it looks like it took him some time, but when he got there, saw the land creatures walking. How hard can it be, right? Oh, look. He's trying to walk, just like the crab is walking. Oof, he fell down. It wasn't very easy. Oh, look, he tries to jump like the frog is jumping. Ow! Oh, but he tries to walk like the turtle is walking. And eventually, he got the hang of it. So apparently, walking like a crab and hopping like a frog are not very easy for Kelp. I don't think they'd be very easy for me to do either. Can you walk like a crab and hop like a frog? Maybe you probably can. He's a talented little dude. Everything on land was strange and beautiful and also kind of scary. Kelp began to think he might never find the creature that looked like him. But as he stumbled out of the forest, here's Kelp's in the forest. It's a little scary, but just as he comes stumbling out, land narwhals! Actually, we're unicorns, and by the looks of it, so are you. Look at them all. Let's see. This one's look like jumping. hiding behind this cloud, playing the guitar, jumping over this water. And Kelp thinks they're land narwhals. This one says, actually, we're unicorns, and you are too. Kelp had never heard of unicorns before. They taught him all sorts of new things about his tusk. We call them horns. Wow! They introduced him to unicorn delicacies. It's called a unicone. Looks like a snow cone. And they showed him how to gallop. There was no doubt that Kelp was, in fact, a unicorn. He was having so much fun, he didn't want to leave. Look what he can do with his tusk, as he called it, but they're called horns. He can shoot a rainbow out of it. How cool is that? Some tasty unicones, learning to gallop. He's just having so much fun. But then he remembered all of his friends under the sea. Kelp missed them terribly, and he said goodbye to the unicorns and returned to the ocean. Come back soon. Just missed his friends under the sea so much that he really wanted to go back. I can't say I blame him. Kelp swam towards home as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that the narwhals would still like him now that he was a unicorn. When he finally arrived, Kelp had butterflies in his stomach. Welcome home, Kelp! Do you think that the narwhals are happy to see Kelp? I think they are. They are all smiling. They made him a welcome home sign. I think they're happy. Kelp took a deep breath and told his friends the news. It turns out, I'm not a narwhal. Well, of course you aren't. I'm a unicorn. We all knew that. They took it quite well. So Kelp was nervous to share the news that he's not a narwhal, he's a unicorn. And they said, well, yeah, of course you are. And they all took it very well. Kelp was happy to be home, but now that he'd experienced life on land with the unicorns, he couldn't seem to forget them. Did he want to be a land narwhal with the unicorns? Or a sea unicorn with the narwhals? Kelp couldn't decide. But then he realized that maybe... I don't know what Kelp's going to realize. See, he's thinking and thinking about to be on land or to be on the water. But then he realizes that just maybe... I think Kelp's getting an idea. Got his narwhal friends and his unicorn friends. He didn't have to choose. So it looks like the narwhals and the unicorns get along just fine. And there's Kelp right in between both of them. They're playing volleyball. Roasting some marshmallows, building sandcastle. In the end, he didn't have to choose. In the end, oh, look at this. Saying, I'm a unicorn. And Kelp saying, that's not a unicorn. That's a rhino. I really like that story. It's a very interesting story, and it was very cute. So in the end, even though Kelp figured out that he wasn't a narwhal like he'd originally thought, but he didn't quite feel like a unicorn either, he didn't have to choose between. He could be both. He could be friends with both and spend time with both, and he could be both. I think that was the best possible decision he could have made. All right, I am really excited for our next book, so let's just jump right into it. Okay, so for book one, I think that kind of worked out, me holding it this way instead of this way, but we'll see when I'm going back and rewatching this video how it worked out. But it's time for book number 2. So book number 2 is called When Aiden Became a Brother by Kyle Lukoff and illustrated by Kaylani Juanita. So When Aiden Became a Brother. See, our opening page is just this beautiful shade of purple. It's really pretty. And we've got a little baby there. Let's see. Ooh, there's a lot going on in this picture. When Aiden was born, everyone thought he was a girl. His parents gave him a pretty name, his room looked like a girl's room, and he wore clothes that other girls liked wearing. So, this must be Aiden. Aiden's parents, I'm guessing. Got mom and dad, and this must be Aiden's room. I thought he was a girl. But as Aiden got bigger, he hated the sound of his name. He felt like his room belonged to someone else, and he always ripped or stained his clothes, accidentally on purpose. Look at that big mud puddle. I don't know if I'd be jumping in that big mud puddle, but everyone thought he was just a different kind of girl. Some girls had rooms full of science experiments or bug collections, and lots of girls didn't like wearing dresses. Ooh, bug collections. Look, I think that's a praying mantis. That's what those are called. So people thought that maybe Aiden was just a different kind of girl. But Aiden didn't feel like any kind of girl. He was really another kind of boy. It was hard to tell his parents what he knew about himself, but it was even harder not to. It took everyone some time to adjust, and they learned a lot from other families with transgender kids just like him. Look. Aiden cut off all that hair. That's a big smile. It sounds like it took his family a little bit of time to adjust. Had some learning to do. Aiden explored different ways of being a boy. He tried out lots of names until one stuck. They changed his bedroom into a place where he belonged. He also took much better care of his new clothes. So, let's look at Aiden's bedroom now. Do you remember what it looked like in the beginning? Let's compare the two, shall we? And see how much it's changed. So, old bedroom, not very fitting for Aiden at all. New bedroom, that's much better. I really like that it looks like his bed is in a tent. How cool is that? That's so cool. It's got some plants in the window. That's really fun. Very cool. Then one day, Mom and Dad had something to tell him. I'm going to have a baby, Mom announced. A baby? Aiden said. Does that mean I get to be a big brother? Of course, said Dad, ruffling his hair. Aiden thought that being a big brother was an important job for a boy like him. He wanted to make sure that this baby would feel understood right away. They look really happy, don't you think? I think Aiden's gonna like being a big brother. They look very, very happy about it. The baby needed clothes, so Aiden and his mom went shopping. There were so many choices. Would the baby like seahorses or penguins better? So seahorses, penguins, so many options on clothes. Are you having a boy or a girl? Asked a lady. Aiden didn't like it when people asked if he was a boy or a girl, and he hoped that the baby couldn't hear that yet. He was glad when Mom just smiled and said, "I'm having a baby." Oh. Aiden wasn't a big fan when people ask if he was a boy or a girl. He doesn't like that the baby's already being asked that question. But Mom just said, "I'm having a baby," which is true. The baby's room needed to be painted, so Aiden and his dad went to the hardware store. Dad chose a gallon of a sky blue paint, and Aiden added a puffy white cloud. "Are you excited for your new brother or sister?" asked the paint guy. "I'm excited to be a big brother," Aiden said. The paint guy looked confused. Aiden could tell that he wanted to ask a different question, and he was glad to have his dad there. So, Aiden can skateboard. That's really cool. And they're going to the hardware store, and they got some blue paint and some white paint to do sky and clouds. I think that's gonna look really good in the baby's room. Wow. The big rollers were fun to paint with. "This room feels just like being outside," Aiden exclaimed. He'd always felt trapped in his bedroom before they fixed it. And his new sibling wouldn't have to feel that way. "You're right," said Dad. "Let's make some shapes in the clouds." Do you see any shapes in the clouds? Let's see. To me, this one kind of looks like a dolphin, maybe? And this one maybe could be a bird. I don't know. Do you see any different shapes? It's fun to look for shapes in the clouds. That would be a really cool way to have your room painted too. Every baby needs a name. Aiden loved getting to choose his own, but he remembered that it had been hard for his parents to let go of the name that they gave him. He looked for names that could fit this new person, no matter who they grew up to be. So, let's see. He's got a book here, 50,000 names for babies and babies. And let's see, he's got sky, forest, moss. Oh, moss for a name, could be. Cloud, rain, river. So Aiden's thinking nature names, it looks like. Good choices. Babies need someone to read to them, so Aiden practiced and practiced and practiced. Hey, just like I'm reading to you right now. Aiden's practicing by reading to his cat and some toys and cat again. Dad wanted to teach Aiden how to change diapers. Maybe later, said Aiden. He decided that picking flowers for his mom was way more important. Oof. I don't know. Aiden really didn't want to learn how to change a diaper, but look at all those beautiful flowers he picked for his mom. That's a really nice thing to do too. And cat's helping, of course. 2 weeks before the baby's due date, Aiden started to worry. Maybe he should have picked different colors. The blue walls might be too bright. He wished he could ask the baby which name they liked best. So there's Aiden laying in bed, just worrying. Oh no, what if the paint color's wrong? What if we don't pick the right name? Mom came to tuck him in. Are you feeling okay, sweetie? She asked. Aiden put his hands over where he thought the baby's ears might be. Do you think the baby will be happy with everything? He whispered. I don't want them to feel like I did when I was little. And what if I get everything wrong? What if I don't know how to be a good big brother? Oh no. So Aiden is just worried that maybe he doesn't know how to be a good big brother. Maybe they made some wrong choices. He doesn't know. Mom hugged him tight. When you were born, we didn't know you were going to be our son. We made some mistakes, but you helped us fix them. And you taught us how important it is to love someone for exactly who they are. This baby is so lucky to have you, and so are we. I think that really helped Aiden feel better, judging by that smile on his face. The next morning, Aiden found boxes of his old baby pictures. He looked so different back then. Hadn't been easy, but he liked the boy he was growing into. Maybe everything would be perfect for this baby. Maybe he would have to fix mistakes he didn't even know he was making, and maybe that was okay. So, everything could be perfect. Maybe some mistakes will happen and they'll have to be fixed. Sounds like either way is going to be okay. It's a baby! Big giant balloons. Aiden knew how to love someone, and that's the most important part of being a brother. Look at my little baby. Aiden is holding his little sibling. I think Aiden looks like a very good big brother. All of their friends are there to celebrate. That's it. That's the end of our story. I think that Aiden is going to be an excellent big brother because he knows that the most important part is that he loves his little sibling. So I think both of those books were really, really good. Kelp learned that even though he didn't quite fit in with one group, but maybe not the other one either, but he didn't have to choose between those two. He could be a little bit of both. And Aiden learned who he really was and helped his parents to see that too. And now he's going to be able to make sure that his baby sibling grows up exactly the way that they want to. And that's excellent. All right, little dude, I think it might be time for us to sing our goodbye song. All right, so as I was getting Baby Yoda off his stool, he and I were talking about, I think that Kelp and Aiden would be friends. And he agreed. What do you think? Do you think that they would be friends? I think that if they met, they would really like each other. What a fun thing to think about. People, characters from books being friends with each other. That's pretty fun. Okay, anyway, we have to sing our goodbye song. So Baby Yoda has resumed his shoulder position, which is really comfy for him, but it's hard for me to keep him balanced. I have my shaker eggs again. We're going to stick with 2 in one hand, see how that works out. So let's start with Goodbye Friends. Goodbye friends, goodbye. Goodbye friends, goodbye. Goodbye friends, goodbye friends. Goodbye friends, goodbye. Goodbye. All right, I don't know if we can hold up our books high enough. Maybe if I set them on my knee, hold them with my arm. We got this, man. You and I. All right. They're probably going to fall, but we'll see if we can't keep this balance. Wow, I'm pretty good at balancing. Goodbye, books, goodbye. Goodbye, books, goodbye. Goodbye, books, goodbye, books. Goodbye, books, goodbye. Goodbye. All right. Whew. I managed to hang on long enough to get through that. All right. I almost don't even want to say goodbye, sun, because I don't want the sun to go away. So we'll just say it's like goodbye for now. You know, goodbye for story time, but not goodbye. Like, stay around, sun, please. I want to go for a walk. Goodbye, sun, goodbye. Goodbye, sun, goodbye. Goodbye, sun, goodbye, sun. Goodbye, sun, goodbye. Goodbye. All right, everyone. That is going to be all for today's story time. I hope to see you again soon, but until next time, bye, everybody. Come on, man. There you go. Bye, everybody.